I was updating the website for Thanksgiving and I realized how many of my side dishes are pretty doggone old. The videos are old. And that's because when I make Thanksgiving, I'm so tired, I don't feel like video. And so I am going to make a lot of my side dishes this year before Thanksgiving so you guys can see my delicious Southern sides. You gotta have them for Thanksgiving and you don't want to miss out and not try our recipes. Hey y'all, I'm Tammy and this is Collard Valley Cooks. Today we are making two different green bean casseroles. One we're cooking just like our mamas did back years and years ago with scratch ingredients. Here it is. And then I'm going to throw together the quick one with the cream of mushroom soup. So I'll have both recipes in this video for you. Let's get started. You can find these recipes on the website, and they're also going to be in our new master cookbook, which will be a hardback, not a binder like this. And I have the easy green bean casserole on this page, and then on this page I have my homemade green bean casserole. And we're going to get started and we're going to throw it together real quick. It's going to be delicious. All right, you're going to use onion chopped up, and this is just a medium-sized onion. And then you're going to use a half pint of white mushrooms, pre-washed, chopped up. If you don't like mushrooms, just leave them out. But to me, that's what makes the dish. So I would choose a different dish to make if it were me. And I didn't like mushrooms. If you don't like mushrooms, you should just serve my granny green beans. All right, you're going to melt a 1/4 cup of butter in a skillet. And you're going to make gravy in this skillet. So you want to make sure it's big enough to make gravy in. And this is just big enough. So I'm going to add the mushrooms and the onions. And you're going to saute these and cook them until they're nice and soft. And you're going to take most of them out before you make the gravy. All right, we're going to saute these until they're nice and soft. And you can just imagine how delicious this is. Have you ever had a green bean casserole that was made from scratch without the cream of mushroom soup? If you haven't, I think you will love it. Now, those mushrooms do let off, and so will the onions, some liquid. And you're going to cook this until that liquid's gone. So it's going to take a few minutes. You want to be left with just the butter and the vegetables. Then we'll pour them up and make some delicious gravy. All right, I'm going to turn them down while we mix up our green beans. In order to make the gravy, we're going to be using 1 cup of milk, a 1/2 cup of flour, a 1/2 cup of salted butter, and then we're going to add 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon, 1 cup of water, and mix that up really good. And all of those things are going to make a gravy right there. Everything that's not in the gravy, we're going to go ahead and mix up in this bowl. And that is a cup of sour cream. And I'm eyeballing it. 16 ounces is in this, so it would be half of that. All right. And then you're going to have the salt and pepper is going to actually go in the gravy. What's this here sauce, right? It's a tablespoon. Soy. To me, this is one of the things that makes this taste so good is the soy, and it is salt. I do use low sodium. If you don't, then you may want to put half the salt in your gravy and taste it and then see if you want to add some more salt. You're supposed to use a package of frozen green beans that are thawed, and I didn't have any. Chris had bought me canned, so we're using canned today. You can use either one. So we're going to open these up. We're going to drain these. And we're going to add them to our bowl. These make good Christmas presents. These can openers, if you have arthritis friends and parents. Just drain it right through your fingers into the sink. You don't need the liquid. All right. That's all there is to it. Now all we got to do is make the gravy. Stir it all together. And y'all, it's good, good. Now see, even if it's got a lot of ingredients, it comes together really quick. Let's get us a whisk and whisk that. You don't want to slosh it out and make a mess, so make sure you got a big bowl. If you don't have one of these, they're really nice to have. I didn't have one until I started cooking for y'all, and boy, I don't know what I'd do without it now. Use a big boiler, I guess, is what I do. What Mom used to do. When she had a lot of stuff to mix up, she'd just use a big boiler. All right. Now we're going to put our vegetables in here. It's so easy to do when you got a nonstick pot. Don't that look good? Woo. Now we're going to make some gravy. All right, you're going to melt half cup of butter. And I'm using salted butter. If you don't have salted butter, just make sure you salt to taste when you get it all together. You're going to want the flour to brown a little bit. I'm mixing up these bouillon granules in this water right quick, the beef bouillon. It's ready to go. So is our milk. So we got to get our flour in here. Remember, for the holidays, you can make any casserole early, put it in a throwaway pan, and put it in the freezer. Just bring it to room temperature or have it out at least a couple of hours before you slide it in the oven to bake it, or it's going to take it another 30 to 45 minutes to cook. Keep that in mind when you're getting ready for the meal. Don't slide something in there frozen and think it's going to be done really quick, because it's not. And this is when your pepper comes in to play. You're going to want this to brown. I'm not real sure if I tell you in the recipe to pour up the vegetables first, but I hope I do. I mean, you can make it with them in here, but you just about need a gravy whisk to do it. All right, you're going to do a teaspoon of pepper and a teaspoon of salt. When that flour starts to brown, we'll add the liquid. Then we'll get it over here in our bowl. That's a lot of pepper, but you got to think that's a lot of green beans as well. If you don't want that much pepper in yours, of course, you can reduce it. If you're enjoying this video, please give us a like. If you're new to the channel, please head down, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. All right, it's ready. We're going to add our milk. Going to add our broth. We're going to mix it. As soon as it starts to get thick, which is now, I knew it would quick, we will pour it in our bowl. And there you have a homemade casserole. Now that's old-fashioned, right there. Old-fashioned. I'm going to mix it up. The pepper's going to get in my nose and I don't have to sneeze. There was a little liquid in the bottom of the bowl from everything, so you just want to make sure and do a real good job mixing. Get it all mixed up good. You can always taste it to see if you need to add salt. I think it's just right. But I do use that low sodium soy sauce, so keep that in mind. I'm going to spray this. And we're going to get it in the oven. And then I'll show you how easy it is to do the old standby one. Now, you can always mix these up a day ahead or even weeks ahead. This is you can freeze this and just get it out and bake it when it's time to eat. Let me get something I can scrape that bowl with. Let's not leave any goodies in it. As much as everything's costing right now, you don't want to waste nothing. Looks good. All right, we're going to put the onions on the top. A whole pack. Let's put together that little one. I'm actually going to do a half a recipe. I just want to show you how easy it is to come together compared to doing that one from scratch. But you know what? It was really easy. It's not that hard at all. You're really just making gravy with some onions and mushrooms in it. All right. For this one, talk about easy. All we're going to do is put in our milk, our soy, our cream of mushroom soup, the recipe in my cookbook is double this, okay? But we can only eat so much green bean casserole, so. All right, so you're going to mix that up really good. You can add some salt and pepper if you want to. It's probably got salt in it. And remember that soy's got salt in it too. You're going to add your green beans, mix it up, get it in the pan. We're going to make it in this little container. Let's mix it up real good first. I didn't tell you to add pepper in my recipe. And you don't have to. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good without it. But if you want to throw some pepper in there, you can. Since I used so much in my other recipe, I don't know why I didn't tell y'all to put some in this one. I don't normally make this one anymore. Now, if your crew don't like mushrooms, they probably won't ever know that this is cream of mushroom soup. So you could make this probably for them and they'd not even know it. So you might want to just stick with this simple recipe if your crew don't like mushrooms. Put the one from scratch and one super easy. Talk about an easy side for Thanksgiving. Sign up for that one. If you don't want to do much. All right, I'm going to slide that in here. Both of these are going to bake at 350 degrees till they're nice and golden brown, approximately 40 to 45 minutes. We will see you when they're done. We'll dip us out some and have some. Me and Chris will eat it for supper for a few nights in a row. And I can also freeze it as well. All right, y'all, Chris is in the house and now he's a cameraman. We're going to get these out of the oven and you're going to see both of these green bean casseroles. You got to have one on the table for Thanksgiving. Watch out, Marcy. We don't want you getting burned. Woo, and they're looking good, good. Nice and bubbly, and that's how you want them to be. Okay, let me talk to y'all about spoons. Nobody has enough serving spoons in the holidays. These are really good serving spoons. I've got them on the website. You can buy a set. They're real reasonable, and you're going to love them. They're stainless steel. I reach for them all the time. You can get slotted spoons, or you can get the solid spoons. They're really nice. All right, we're going to dip this out. And keep in mind that when this starts getting a little cooled down, it won't be quite as runny. You usually want a casserole to sit for about 15 minutes before you dip it. But we are doing it today so I can bring you guys this recipe tonight. And we're going to dip into this one first. This is the homemade version. So it's just going to seem a lot more runny than it really will be once it sits here and cools down a little bit. So keep that in mind. And then this is the standard, the one that's been around forever. That's on the French's can. That's on the French's onions recipe. Now, it's not exactly like it because they don't put soy in theirs, but I love soy, so I put it in both of them. There's the homemade, and there's the shortcut version. You're going to find them both on the website, and you can find them both in our master cookbook, okay? Now, this one has the homemade cut up onion and mushrooms in it, and then this one has the cream of mushroom soup. Let's just see what the difference is like without getting burned. It's pretty good. Even if it's a shortcut version, it's good, y'all. This is mine. Mine's a lot more buttery. You can really taste the butter in mine, but it has a stick and a half of butter in it. It's really good. It's really good. They're both good. Mine, it has a little bit of a different flavor to it because it is homemade. It's really delicious. They're both good, but mine's delicious. How's that? For real. Mine is real buttery. It's got the onions and stuff in there. It's just delicious. And it's got a little bit of a richer taste because of the beef broth that's in there as well. And it has more soy sauce in it. All right? So I hope you go all out and try a homemade casserole this year. If you're just too tired and don't feel like it, of course you can grab those cream of mushroom soups. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, Make sure and hit the like button and subscribe. And know that I'm going to be making a lot of Thanksgiving sides, so be checking back with us and don't miss any of our videos. We'll see you next time on Collard Valley Cooks, where we cook like our mamas did. Let's get ready for Thanksgiving.